we got shirts on sale. Express your Eeveelution, Pokemon, and Shepherd's Delight by buying a Which One starter shirt, Eeveelution family shirt, and Shepherd's Delight t-shirts and hoodies. Link for these shirts will be in the description below. MysticSage is also back, and to kick things off starting on August 1st, we're going to be uploading 31 days of anime content straight. Go subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss a thing. Link for MysticSage will be in the description and in the ad card. Man, it has been a while since I have done any of the alternate best team videos. I've been super busy, and life just kinda happened. But here we are, back again on the drawing board, wrapping up Generation 5 with the best team for Black and White 2 Emboar Edition. I think you guys are really going to enjoy this team. This team has some old faces on it, let's just say that. Some faces not seen in a while, but I mean, hey, they've been on here before. Regardless, I think you guys are really going to enjoy this one. Even though I don't really like Emboar all that much, I can't deny its power in these games. I'm kind of excited to talk about the team revolving around this monster, to be honest. But before we get started, let me explain what a best team is for any of you new viewers out there. A best team is a team of 6 Pokemon that is designed for the absolute best performance for its said Pokemon game. The team usually revolves around a best starter, but since we're using alternate starters, our team of 6 will be revolving around Emboar, specifically for Pokemon Black and White 2. Each team member is designed to do well against certain gym leaders, the Elite Four members, champion, rival, and the evil team leaders. In the end, we have a team that does well against all the most important battles in-game. When making this team, we do provide movesets for each of the Pokemon. We include TM moves, but we do not allow egg moves nor post-game tutor moves. This time around, move tutors are pre-post-game though. You have access to them at Driftville City and a few other places. So yeah, you guys know what's going to be going down with this team. Let's hop right into it. Like I mentioned earlier, our starter for this team is Emboar, if it isn't obvious. Like I usually say in the Black and White best teams, this region is dominated by fighting types. Whoop-de-doo, Emboar is fire and fighting type. It's a slow Pokemon, but it can hit like a fire engine, and I mean that, because it gets Scald, and it's a firefighter. I know I'm terrible. But yeah, it has 123 physical attack and 100 special attack. That is incredibly viable, especially because Emboar gets great moves on both sides. The move pool is very huge, and you can run pretty much anything you want. But rather than me just talk about it, I will show you guys the moveset I created for it. Emboar's moveset is pretty simplistic, but it makes it a pretty true firefighter. And I'm being serious this time. Let's check it out. We got early fire attacks, Flame Charge, Heat Crash, and then for the final one, we have Flamethrower. I like running Flamethrower over Flare Blitz because of recoil. Fire Punch is also another option if you want to get shards and teach you that in the Driftville Pokemon Center. I will leave a link in the description below for an easy way on how to farm shards. Flamethrower can also be learned at level 43. For its next step attack, we have Arm Thrust for its early fighting type attack, and lastly the permanent fighting attack being Hammer Arm. Hammer Arm can be relearned via Move Relearner. I will leave a link to the video where all the heart scales can be found in the description below as well. The Move Relearner can also be found in Driftville City at the Pokemon World Tournament. Finally, the last 2 moves are Thunder Punch and Scald. Thunder Punch can be learned via Move Tutor at Driftville City, and I will leave a video on how to get shards fast once again. Scald can be earned after defeating Marland after the Homelao Gym, and it's pretty much just there for coverage. With all these moves, Emboar is great against Charon if you can evolve typing into Pignite. Roxy's Whirlipede, don't worry about coughing, it's not that much of a threat. Berg's team, Clay's Excadrill, be careful. Skyla's team with Thunder Punch, be careful again. Marland's team with Thunder Punch, but no. Grimsley's team, Iris's Hydreigon, Aggron, Archeops, and Lapras. Colress's team, Gets's Hydreigon. Hugh's team, just be careful of weaknesses. Rude's team, Zinzalon's team, and the Shadow Triad's entire team. Emboar, I think, wrecks more than Samurott does. Maybe this should have been the best starter back in the day. Holy crap though, that's nuts. It shreds practically all of the important battles. I'll be a son of a gun. Next up on the team is Stoutland. Lillipup can be found at Flucacy Ranch relatively easily. Stoutland, as some of you guys may remember, was on the original best team for Pokemon Black and White. This Pokemon is also our filler Pokemon on the team because all the other members we have do extremely well against all the important battles. Stoutland isn't a joke though. It's a great normal type Pokemon with an incredible move pool, and not to mention it has access to all the elemental fangs. Having a bunch of coverage on a Pokemon is excellent, especially if a Pokemon has a lot of power, and Stoutland definitely does. It has 80 speed and 100 physical attack. The defenses are also base 95, so that's not bad neither. HP is also 85, so that's also pretty good too. Special attack though, let's not talk about that. Stoutland is a physical attacker. A little bit of an opinion here to close this off. Stoutland looked really cool in the animated trailer for Pokemon Black and White 2. What a beastie looking Pokemon. Going into the moveset for Stoutland, we have Return, Thunder Fang, Crunch, and Ice Fang. Return is a great normal type attack when max happiness is present. It's the best normal type attack Stoutland can practically get. Return can be found after you defeat Charon for the first time. Bianca gives it to you. Thunder Fang and Ice Fang can be move relearned via Move Relearner. Like I said, I'll leave a link in the description below for heart skills. Both of these elemental fangs are really great coverage, and I just think that both of these are better than Fire Fang. Lastly, we have Crunch. Crunch is coverage, and it's just powerful. With these moves, Stoutland is great against Clay's team aside from Excadrill, Skyla's team, Drayden's team with Ice Fang, Marlin's team, Chantel's team, Grimsley's Krookodile, Caitlyn's team, Iris' entire team is set from Aggron, Colress's Behem, Gets's Coffergrigus and Hydreigon, Hughes and Pheasant, Simisage and Samurott, and Rude Swoobat. Stoutland is decent well against all these people with its coverage, but it is pretty well too with all of its power. Return on Stoutland hits like a truck, so don't be afraid to use it when you're in a pinch. Next on the team is a familiar face, but new to the Unova best teams. We got Azumarill. You can capture an Azumarill and Flockacy Ranch, but you're gonna have to raise enough happiness in order for you to evolve it into Marill. Literally just run everywhere and level it up a few times, and it should evolve soon. Now I know the last time we used a Vaporeon on the previous team for Black and White 2 Snivy Edition, and it did pretty well. But I think that Azumarill can do better because of the huge power increase to its physical attack. I mean, it gets Aqua Tail at level 21, so that makes it even better with the increased physical attack stat and water attacks. Part of the reason why I decided on Vaporeon last time was because of an ice type attack, and I mean, it's alright, but then I realized that Azumarill can get Ice Punch via Move Tutor in Driftville City, which I personally think is much better than Aurora Beam is. Azumarill can also be accessed earlier than a bunch of other water Pokemon can in the games. Most good water Pokemon can be found near Undella Town like Lapras and Staryu, so I just think Azumarill does the job best and it has the best early access. Plus Gen 5 was when Azumarill started to get really great in the competitive scene, which I can also be used here in the game sense. Azumarill's moveset is pretty basic, but hey, it gets the job done. Its moves are Aqua Tail and Surf like I mentioned earlier. And then we got Surf because it's our surfer, and then either Superpower or Return depending on what route you want to take. Aqua Tail is the best early water move you can get for Zuma, and then later you can teach it Waterfall if you want the perfect accuracy. Aqua Tail can be learned at level 21 like I said before, and Waterfall can be given to you by N before Victory Road. Ice Punch can be learned via Move Tutor from Driftville like I said earlier. Link for shards will be in the description, yada yada yada. Ice Punch is excellent for coverage, and it's a move that you must have on Azumarill. Surf is the HM obviously, and that can be given to you by Charon over on Route 6. Lastly, I'm going to give you guys the option for either Superpower or Return. Superpower can be learned at level 42, and that's if you want extra coverage. Just be aware that Zuma's attack stat and defense stat will drop by one stage if you use it once. So it's only a once a battle kind of deal, and on top of that too, you have to switch. Return is great because it's just an overall really powerful attack. I think it's a more solid attack for it than Superpower is, but then again, the option is yours. Azumarill with all these moves does great against Berg's Dwebble, Clay's team, Drayden's team with Ice Punch, Chantel's Golurk, Grimsley's team if you have Superpower, or Krookodile if you just have Water Attack, Iris' entire team if you decide to keep Superpower, Colress's Klinklang, Superpower, Hughes Simisage and Unpheasant, Zunzlon's team with Superpower, and the Shadow Triad with Superpower. Azumarill is a really good Pokemon. I think you guys are really going to enjoy using it this time around. Coming on fourth to the team is Krookodile. Sandile can be found on Route 4 in the Sand area. Krookodile has been a best team member many times in Unova. Excadrill has taken its place before, and Krookodile has taken Excadrill's place, etc. I love Excadrill, but I think Krookodile is the best Pokemon for this job right now because we already have a fighting Pokemon being Emboar. The reason I say we have a fighting Pokemon is because the last time we used Scrafty on the team. Scrafty is the Pokemon I always use whenever Emboar isn't present. So Krookodile will be taking the Dark type spot on this team this time around. Krookodile has incredible attack and speed. It's a very fast, solid super Pokemon, and the cool thing is it has Moxie. Capture a Moxie Sandile. I guarantee it'll be worth your while as it is very, very strong. The access to Dark type moves it has early on is also fantastic. It's just a great Pokemon, and I'm really happy to be able to use it again. By the way, if you aren't naming your Sandile Shades with a Z, you're doing it all wrong. Our moveset for Krookodile is practically similar to previous movesets I've used before, being early ground type attacks like Dig and Bulldoze, and then later on Earthquake, Bite/Crunch, Aerial Ace, and Rock Tomb/Rock Slide. So Dig can be found either as a TM or learned via level up at level 32. The TM for Dig can be found on Route 4. Dig is for early Stab, and then later on you can upgrade to Bulldoze. The TM for that can be obtained by Clay. After you get Bulldoze, use that until level 54, which then you'll be able to learn Earthquake. Bite can be learned at level 4, and then later Crunch can be learned at level 28. Aerial Ace is there for coverage against fighting Pokemon, and the TM for that can be found in Mistralton City, south of the gym on the runway. Rock Tomb can be found in the Relic Castle. Use Rock Tomb against Elace's Emolga, that will come in handy. Rock Tomb can then be later upgraded to Rock Slide, which can be found in Mistralton Cave. With these moves, Krookodile does well against Elace's team, Clay's Excadrill, Skyla's team with Rock Slide, just be careful, Chantel's team, Caitlyn's team, Marshall's team with Aerial Ace, but I wouldn't do that, Iris' Aggron, Arcaps, and Lapras, Colress's entire team, Gets's Coffergrigus, Drapion, and Toxicroak, Hughes and Pheasant and Simisage, Zinzlon's, but be cautious, and the Shadow Triad's Pawniard, Aselgor, and Bayonet. Krookodile is powerful, and it's great to have it back again. Welcome back, buddy. Coming up next is our flyer. Gee, I wonder what Pokemon that's going to be. It's in Pheasant. Ha ha ha! Wait, haven't I made that joke before? I honestly forget. But yeah, you guys know what it is. It's Sigilyph. At this point in time, Sigilyph is this tradition. It's on every Unova best team. It's a great Pokemon because Psychic and Flying. It's a great flyer. It has great moves for its dominant stats being special attack and speed. The move pool is also fantastic, like I always say. I don't want to spend too much time talking about Sig because I talk about it enough already in all my Unova best teams. It outclasses all flying types like Crobat. Its poison typing is pretty much wasted. Gardevoir doesn't have the move access like Sigilyph does. And Pheasant is just garbage. Just throw that thing in the trash. I think we can all agree on that. Sig is the best flyer, excluding legendaries for an in-game playthrough. I think you guys pretty much get it at this point in time. Moving on to Sigilyph's moveset, we have Psybeam early, and then later on Psychic. Psybeam can be learned at level 18, and then Psychic can either be learned at level 44, or you can grab the TM for it on Route 13, just north of Undella Town. Air Slash can be learned at level 41, but use Air Cutter until then. That can be learned at level 21. Those are the best stab attacks for the most damage. Shadow Ball can be found next to the Haunted House. It's great for coverage. Finally, we got Fly. Fly is your HM, and trust me, you will need it because who wants to walk around everywhere? Fly is given to you by Bianca on the route west of Nimbasa City. Sigilyph with its arsenal of moves does well against Marlin's Jellicent, Chantel's team is Be Careful, Caitlin's team, Marshall's team, Chorus's Behem, Gethys' Cofagrigus and Toxicroak, he used MysticSage, and the Shadow Triads as Selgor and Bayonet. Sigilyph is Unova's staple at this point in time. If I ever do a Unova team remastered, I guarantee this Pokemon will be on the team again. Galvantula is the last Pokemon on the team. It makes its revisit again from the Snivy Best team that we did a long time ago. Joltik can be found in Chargestone Cave. Like how I said in the Snivy Best team, I mentioned that I think Galvantula is one of the best electric Pokemon you can get in Pokemon Black and White 2. I will stand by this decision, and when I say about Pokemon like Ampharos and Jolteon getting outclassed, I still stand by that as well. Jolteon is great stat-wise, but it has a bad move pool. Ampharos isn't bad, it's just slow. I think Galvantula's electric and bug typing is very unique, and I think it just does better because of that extra typing. There's also something pretty neat about Galvantula too. It gets the ability Compound Eyes, which allows it to use Thunder. Thunderbolt is the usual team you would want to teach an electric Pokemon, but because of the accuracy boost from Compound Eyes, that makes this Pokemon much better with the power of Thunder and the accuracy. That ability and the extra typing of Bug is why I think Galvantula is the best electric type Mon for the job in Unova. Galvantula's moveset is pretty simplistic, nothing really too unique about it. We got Thunder, Signal Beam, Energy Ball, and Volt Switch. Thunder can be found in the Lockanusa Town Mart for 70k. I mentioned earlier how good it was with Galvantula's Compound Eyes. Signal Beam can be learned at level 34, and if you want to teach Galvantula Bug Buzz at level 60, you can do that as well. Energy Ball is great for its ground type coverage, and that can be found in Aspersia City while surfing across the pond next to your house. The last move is Volt Switch, and that can be earned after defeating Nalesa. It's always good to have some kind of like pivot attack, and I think Volt Switch is a good option for it. Galvantula with these moves is great against Clay's ground types with Energy Ball. Yes, you can actually get Joltik before Clay, but I think it's silly to use it against him. Skyla's team, Marlin's team, Chantel's Drifblim, Grimsley's entire team is set from Bisharp, Caitlin's team, ours is Archeops and Lapras, Chorus's Behem, Gethys' Seismitoad, Hugh's team is set from Bouffalont, and the Shadow Triads Absol and Weavile. Galvantula is a great Pokemon, and I'm super happy that I get to use it again. It's great in competitive and in an in-game playthrough. Well, that pretty much wraps up this best team for Unova, Emboar Edition, Black and White 2. A lot of familiar faces were seen on this team, but I felt some were new just because I hadn't done a best team like this in a long time. I also had a lot of fun creating this team as I actually scripted this live with my Twitch audience, and we had a blast just chilling and having some fun. So if you guys want to catch me live doing some best team scripts, definitely pop in and say hello. Link will be in the description below for my Twitch. Did you guys enjoy the team though? And would you change anything up? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, why not leave a like and subscribe to my channel with notifications on, that way you never miss an upload. If you want to support me further, consider following my Twitch where I stream a lot of Pokemon content and Nintendo content like Shiny Hunting, Showdown Battles, Explorers of Sky, Zelda, Fire Emblem, Smash Brothers, Borderlands, you name it, I play it. Want to support me further doing Game Club perks? Check out my Patreon. Daniel Leone, Lady Crimson, Pal491, The Lazy Leo, Matthew Young, Awesome Lego, Jarrett Weezosted, and Sodden Grider did, and I want to thank them personally for going above and beyond. It means the world to me. I think I'm gonna wrap this up though. I'm MysticUmbrian, and I will see you in the future for more awesome Pokemon content.